Bets.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we are looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Thursday night game for Game 6 of the NBA Finals, so take a moment again and hit that like button. If this video gets above 200 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video. For our first pick, we'll be headed over to the field goals attempted tab, and this time we'll be taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for less than 24 field goals attempted. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this Align SGA has actually failed to exceed in 5 of his last 10 games, including in 3 of his last 5 games this series. Additionally, this Align SGA has failed to exceed in 55% of his last 20 games, and in over 60% of the near 100 games he's played this season. Head-to-head versus the Indiana Pacers, this Align SGA has failed to exceed in 5 of his last 8 matchups, including 1 tie. Now, SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' field goals attempted from 2-point range. They are allowing a fair share amount of attempts from their opponents overall. However, when it comes to 3-pointers allowed by their opponents, they aren't allowing too many top 10 defensively this season for fewest 3-pointers allowed by their opponents. And really coming into this game with all the depth that the Oklahoma City Thunder have on their lineup, we aren't expecting SGA to take these many field goal attempts. Their offense is really spread out with talented players such as Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and many others. So again, we aren't expecting SGA to put up these many field goals. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that SGA is getting a solid dose of minutes per game. Over his last 10 games, there are 38 minutes per game. However, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in his overall field goals attempted. And again, coming into this game on the road against an Indiana Pacers defense that is facing off against potential elimination, we are expecting them to come out aggressive, especially on the defensive end, and really try to limit Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from all his usual scoring. Now, in his career, SGA has been a phenomenal scorer, but still not putting up as many field goal attempts as his line is calling for this season, just under 22 field goal attempts per game on nearly 80 games played. And again, coming into this game on the road facing off against a team that is facing elimination in the NBA Finals, we are expecting the Indiana Pacers to come out aggressive and really try to limit SGA. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for less than 24 field goals attempted. Now, for those of you guys wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we wanted to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Chet Holmgren for lower than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Miles Turner for higher than 4 rebounds. And if you guys like making the traditional PRA stats, but also want to have access to making picks on whether or not you feel players will get triple doubles or double doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as $1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all their free picks, discounted player props, and promos that they are dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. So again, if you are already on Underdog, make sure you guys are going locking these in so you guys aren't leaving any money on the table. And again, sign up using code BETBLITZ, claim your free pick and bonus cash, and trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our next play, we'll be under the 3-pointers made tab, and this time we'll be selecting Jalen Williams for more than 1.5 3-pointers made. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this Align Jalen Williams has actually only exceeded in 4 of his last 10 games, and in just 1 of the last 5 games he's played in this series, so this line may come as a bit of a surprise to some of you. However, Jalen Williams is a much better shooter than he has been shooting as of late. He has been in a real shooting slump, and we believe with his 40-point performance in his last game, he finally is going to break out of that slump. We can see here over his last 20 games, Jalen Williams is a 55% over this line, as he is a much better shooter than he has been shooting as of late. And over the 90 plus games he's played this season, both regular season and playoffs, this is a line he's exceeded over 50% of the games he's played. Now, Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers defense that this season has been very solid overall when it comes to defending the perimeter, top 5 defensively and fewest three-pointers made by their opponents overall. However, when it comes to defending against opponents' shooting guards, they are a lot more average defensively, giving up a fair share amount of three-pointers made by their opponents' shooting guards. Here's the Pacers' defensive numbers against opponent small forwards, for those of you who want to see that as well. Again, giving up a fair share amount to the position. But overall, coming into this game, we do expect Jalen Williams to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Jalen Williams is getting a solid amount of minutes per game over his last 10 games, right around 35 minutes per game. Shooting a very solid 40% from behind the arc again over his last 10 games, shooting over 4 three-pointers per game. And coming into this game with a chance to win the NBA Finals, we are expecting Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder to come out aggressive and for him to reach his line. On the season, Jalen Williams has been a solid three-point shooter, making nearly 2 three-pointers made per game, shooting close to 5 three-pointers attempted per game. And coming into this game against an Indiana Pacers defense that hasn't been very good overall defending his position, we do like Jalen Williams to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Jalen Williams for more than 1.5 three-pointers made. Now, before we get into our third pick, for those of you guys who have been on PrizePicks and many other DFS apps, or just sports betting for a while now, you know that line bumping is a huge issue. These sports books and platforms are constantly bumping their lines. And that is why we want to introduce you guys to Epic Fantasy, because on Epic, they have what we call line consistency, meaning their lines never get bumped. So what you see at the beginning of the day for a player's specific line will be exactly the same at the end of the day. And one of the other cool features we do love about Epic is your ability to win your slips even if you miss multiple plays, because on Epic, unlike other platforms where you're playing against the house, you are playing against other users on Epic, whether head-to-head or in a tournament setting. So all you have to do is get more picks correct than your opponent to win your slips, and when you do that, you have the ability to win big, because Epic has some of the highest payout boost available on the market, and they just increased their payout boost recently. So when you win big on Epic, you'll be much higher than when you win on other platforms. And if they couldn't make it any better, Epic is giving you guys a nice deposit match when you guys use code BLITZ. They are available both on the Google Play as well as the Apple Store, so make sure to go check out Epic Fantasy, because we know you guys will love them as much as we do. Now for our third play, we'll be under the field goals made tab, and this time we like Tyrese Halliburton for more than 5 field goals made. Now for those of you guys who are concerned about Tyrese Halliburton's health, suffering that calf strain, we are still expecting Tyrese Halliburton to play and come out playing aggressive, knowing that this could potentially be the last game of his season. And coming off of his very poor performance last game with 0 field goals made and just 4 points, we are expecting Tyrese Halliburton to come out aggressive and have a solid bounce back game. And taking a look here at his last 10 games, we see this is a line Tyrese Halliburton has exceeded in 7 of his last 10 games, including 1 tie, as well as in 70% of his last 20 games, and in 65% of the near 100 games he's played this season, including the regular season and the playoffs. And head-to-head versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a line Tyrese Halliburton has exceeded in 6 of his last 9 matchups. Now Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers will be facing off against a Oklahoma City Thunder defense that this season has been very solid overall when it comes to defending against their opponent's field goals made, having allowed some of the fewest field goals percentages from their opponents overall. However, again, this is a line Tyrese Halliburton has been able to clear the majority of the season. And again, coming off of his terrible Game 5 performance, we are expecting a huge bounce back from Halliburton at home with the season on the line. Now taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Tyrese Halliburton is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, near 36 minutes per game. And one of the things we do like about Halliburton is the high number of field goals he is attempting per game over his last 10 games, over 14 field goals attempted per game, making over 6 field goals per game, shooting a solid 44% from the field. So coming into this game, we do like Tyrese Halliburton to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. On his career, while Tyrese Halliburton has been a pass-first point guard, he still has some solid scoring stats. This season, over 18 points per game, shooting nearly 14 attempts per game from the field, and making over 6 field goals per game. And again, with this season being on the line, we do like Halliburton to come out aggressive at home and for him to reach his line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Tyrese Halliburton for more than 5 field goals made. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks in this video weren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you for watching, we thank you to all of our channel members, and we'll see you in our next video.